Hey guys, what's up? So it's me again. These are a few tips and tricks in order to make your drag racing experience better, keep your cars getting upgraded, and overall little things that you may not notice about the game that can help your experience and run times. So the first tip and trick I guess that I have to show you is the sandbagging technique. So I don't know if a lot of you watched my first video, or if you did, you already know this. This will be very quick. What you do is the first race, you go very slow. So just watch this real quick. So as you can see, I may have won because I've already done this, but I ran a 17.3, tapping the gas just a couple times every second. I click OK and change opponents, and now all of my cars that I'm racing are under 100 horsepower. This helps keep you in the ability to win against every opponent. You can go as fast as you want against every single opponent, and on the very last race, or the last race that you do on this before you swap over to the next set of opponents, just run pretty much match their pace and just barely go ahead of them. That is the first tip in order to make the most cash and XP and obviously to win every race. So, the second trick that I have for this little series is you go into blueprints, and a lot of you already know this, but I have my pro racing struts right here, and I only have a 40% chance to increase them. So, what am I going to do? And bought myself a toolkit, so you can use this toolkit in order to increase my success rate. And pretty much since I only have a 40% chance, I got the 40% increase one. It only cost, I think, $40, which is 10 less than what you get for the three exchanges. And let's see if I can improve it now. Ah! So I didn't improve it, which is really sad. Let's see if I can get it this time. Okay guys, so the next tip that I have to give you is go into your blueprints menu, and um, you click blueprints and then go into your inventory. First thing you see is upgrades. These are old parts from your old car. If you've already upgraded one of your cars past and pretty much put a part on that made your car faster or that you liked more, something you don't want to keep, you can go into here, even select all, and you can sell all of your old parts for cash back in the game. Even your bumpers, keep that in mind in case you need a couple extra hundred. Okay guys, so the next part I want to tell you is, let's say that you're going to do a motor swap really soon, but you forgot what motors that you've gotten rid of in cars. In this menu you can go to the swap and you can look at all the engine power plants you have. So as you can see, I have a 2-liter 105 horsepower motor right here and a 4.6 238 horsepower engine right here. It tells you what class they are and pretty much gives you an idea of what cage you need to run in order to get this engine in your car. So where is a car I have? I know I have one right here. So let's say I have a C and an E. So if I want to swap that E, bam, now I know how much it's going to cost, and the fact that I have that motor for this car, which is actually a swap I'm doing soon. It's a Crown Vic swap, so that should be pretty interesting. I really don't think it's going to be worth the money, but just so you know, there's that. Making a lot of power for 300,000, of course. And the next swap, which is my C, which is a lot cheaper, but of course you can always make it rear wheel drive, which is an option, and there you go. Okay guys, so the next tip that I have for you, when you go into the dyno, so when I'm adjusting these timing marks right here, as you can see, this is the RPM that it's sending. So what is this used for? As you can see where it goes up and down and all that stuff. Your rev limiter. So what does this tell your car to do? So if I lower this all the way and do my testing, as you can see, I'm still running the same thing on the dyno. It hasn't changed anything there. But I ran my test. I can save my data even. Now when I go into gearing to do my race, I'm going to line up at the starting line. And race, you can see that I am in red line the whole entire time. So exactly what this does is this gives you an idea of where your car shifts. It tells you where your power band is. So that is another video I'm going to be doing, is how to set gearing based upon power band, but that is what that tachometer signal does. If you already have a fast car and you've adjusted your transmission a bunch, you don't have to worry about that. So, what is this shifter? Is it necessary? Is it not necessary? So, my guess, it speeds up the shift, right? On a manual gearbox, it allows you to switch without squeezing the clutch, which in turn, it won't make you push the clutch when you change the gear. So for those of you who drive manual, here's how you get a faster switch time when you're on manual transmission. Okay, so I'm switching to the video on my camera really quickly to show you guys. And this isn't really going to be the best way to show you, but it works. So I'm going to go into this race and I'm going to give you guys the rundown on how this works. So a personal demonstration here, you would hold the gas down and in between each shift of each gear, you're going to hit the clutch, tap your gear, go back to the gas and let off. So when you go gas and you go to shift, you just go 1, 2, and you can drag right back to the gas, and you can even hold these two at the same time. And by the time, as long as you time the clutch before your shift, you can hit the gas, let off, and be at it again. So I would show you how this works, but of course I'm not on my clutch, so you just hit the gas, shift, drag, and that's how it works. So when you're playing, that's all you do. Clutch, shift, gas. You know, all you have to do is to let off. In fact, sometimes I can just go 1, 2. So, wah, 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 wah. Pretty much how it works. The next thing that I have for a tip, which, hold on. Okay, as you can see, right there, my car started to get very hot. If you redline your car for long enough in this game, your car can overheat. I don't know what happens, but I do know for a fact that it can get too hot. That is not tire temperature, that is engine temperature. Keep that in mind. Okay guys, next factor. Let's say I go into here and I am... Okay, sorry guys. So, next fact about the game, interesting things you can do. Let's say you see I have 66 gas. I'm going to click the chat icon and scroll through here. A lot of you already know this, of course. This guy has 600 horsepower to torque in his car. If I right click, or if I click on him, I can actually click on this flag, and it allows me to do what is called a chat race. So this is pretty much how you race somebody without using any of your gas, as I will show you here in a second. This is also a 800-meter race, I'm pretty sure, the whole time. This is a good way to test the times on your car. You can sit here and look and kind of compare your results. And you don't have to pay cash as if you were using the gearing test, which cost I think 400 for any of the races. And same for gas, you don't have to use any gas as if you were playing in the regular races or road racing series. As you can see, now I have 67 because I gained 1 gas while I was waiting. Okay guys, next tip in this game to really help your experience, especially time-wise. If you go to suspension and buy yourself a set of airbags, as you know, it can increase height and lower height without changing your spring rate and tensioning. So if you put this on your car, go into your suspension and lower this all the way to the ground, you can see that it will lower your car. But you can also increase the tightness of your springs or your spring rate and raise your car back up, which allows you to have a stiffer suspension for cars that move around too much, while at the same time still having the same ride height and not being too high up in the air. So, as you can see, now I have a new bumper. Is it better to put on aftermarket body parts and upgrade them, or to take off your body parts like so and run none? As you can see, +9, +9. So when I put this on the car, it's 0.72 and 0.0043 upgraded to blue. And when I put this on, 7.20043. So the truth of the matter is, no matter what bumper you run, it is always better to run with a bumper that is upgraded than to run with none. If you run without a bumper, you may get 0.001 seconds, but if you run in a half mile, and especially with a lighter car in the quarter mile, you can lose a little bit of time just doing that. Another tip and trick, which sadly I've already used today, go ahead and buy yourself one of those cheap $3,000 cars that you can get from anywhere. And anytime, every single day, well, once a day, that you need to get the engineering blueprint or the upgrade a car quest 3 times, go into this car. All you have to spend is probably a little bit under 2,000, and you can go ahead and unlock that blueprint, which gives you 25 XP, which is a very good gain for one day. Keep doing this. As soon as you get about to the point to where everything costs over 1,500 or 2,000, just go ahead, go in with a different car, go to your map, and go ahead and just sell the car itself, and then go back in. You'll get a little bit of money back, and go ahead and buy yourself another one of those $3,000 cars in order to use that again with. Okay, the other thing, is it worth it to go into a team and to join them? And the short answer is yes. Why is that? As you can see on the screen, I have what is bonuses. Horsepower bonus, grip bonus, little things like that. People can chip in and help out for a short amount of time. This will give your cars a boost, and I can just show you real quickly how much the boost affects a car. Keep in mind if your group is not that rich, it's not going to help out a ton. But I'm going to go ahead and buy a Banana L0207. Now I have a new banana, which I will use. I'm not wasting my money on this car. I will use it for upgrades and then sell it. And as you can see right here, it says new flag update bonus, and my car has 68 horsepower. So let's say I spent a couple of bucks and I, did my little upgrades right here, right? And now my car has 74 horsepower, whatever. Well, when you join this clan, with their updates, if I click on that, bam. Now I may only have 75 horsepower, but trust me, this is a very good idea to use this on your cars. And as long as something is applied, you don't have to keep clicking this every time they buy new upgrades, actually. You can just go ahead and upgrade your car with that bonus once, and your car will get extra horsepower because of it. The next tip I have in this game, which is also considerably a trick, is in order to make your car run just a little bit faster over time, go ahead and get yourself an upgraded front tire, which means an aftermarket front tire that doesn't belong on there. Go to your blueprints, upgrade it. I believe it's up to purple, so make sure, I think it's at least purple. Yeah. And then go into your dyno, or per se, if you have a front wheel drive car, your rear tires, so the tire that's non-drive, and go into tire pressure and make sure to pretty much max out that tire. And what that's going to do is that's going to make your tire have less rolling resistance. It may change your gearing a little bit, which is kind of funky. It won't be too bad, but in the long run you will have a faster time. By the way, the best tire pressure I have found to run is in between 0.75 and 1.05 for your drive tire. And there we go. That was quite a few tips and tricks. I don't think I counted or had an intention for a number, but these are all the tips and tricks I've learned along the game. If you did like that video, give it a like, and also if you want to see any more of this, go ahead and hit that notification icon and potentially that subscribe button. And pretty much that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Enjoy drag racing streets and grind on. Laters.